Put down that smartphone and listen to me. I'm Matthew Milligan, professional musician and lifelong Weird Al fan. Each week, I'm joined by professional podcaster and close personal friend Matt Kelly to take a dive off the deep end into the vast career of pop culture icon Weird Al Yankovic on our show, Weird Algorithm. Along with some very special guests from the worlds of music and comedy, we tackle every song, every television appearance, and every bit of sketch comedy Al has produced in chronological order, covering the good old days of My Bologna and Eat It, the fun zone of tacky and white and nerdy, and everything in between. As we go, we're ranking the songs, albums, and music videos in the hopes of creating the ultimate guide to a career bigger than the biggest ball of twine in Minnesota. So the next time you're having one of those days, stuck in a traffic jam, wondering why does this always happen to me, just kick off your sneakers and stick around for a while because we've got it all on Weird Algorithm, available wherever you get your podcasts. And now you know. Was that enough references?
We're making an ad.
Napping ad.
This is where I think if we're doing it right, Alec Baldwin comes in. He says a couple things. He listens to the podcast every week. Yep. Has he been canceled? Wait, is Alec Baldwin the one who killed somebody? I hear that Gary Sinise is free.
Oh, okay, great.
He hasn't worked since 2020.
So, what would be the script that we would have Gary Sinise say for the Napping Through Happy Hour podcast?
Listen to this damn show. Damn it.
The Napping Through Happy Hour podcast brought to you by Geekscape.
Real life, real drama, real time.
I'm Gary Sinise.
That's the ad. That's the ad. That's the ad.
What's up, everybody? This is Brian here to tell you about our podcast, Bingetown TV. Our hosts include 7 best friends with a love for all things television. We cover a range of genres with a focus on fantasy and sci-fi, but also dip our feet into drama, horror, comedy, and pretty much anything we think is good television. We use the traditional deep dive formula for new live shows that are released week to week, but our calling card is our Rooks and Vets and Pitchtown TV series. Rooks and Vets pairs 2 of our hosts that have seen a show with 2 of our hosts that have not seen a show. Pitchtown TV is when we have a special guest pitch us a show by having us watch the pilot and trying to convince us to watch the rest. If you're craving more content on some of your favorite TV shows, then you should listen to Bingetown TV. Find us on our website at bingetowntv.com, the Apple Podcast app, Spotify, or wherever else you may find your podcast.
Everybody, welcome to another episode of Horror Movie Night. This week, we're talking about Dog Soldiers, the shortest film Scott's picked in a while at an hour and 45 minutes.
Yeah, listen, I cracked this one open and I'm like, God damn it, why can't I just do a 90-minute movie? I don't know what's wrong with me.
But you know what? This is a fun one. This was a fun one to revisit because I've not seen this in many, many years.
Me neither.
So
long.
Scott, let's talk about it. Why did you pick this, and what are our thoughts, everybody?
Well, I picked it because I told you guys the whole plan here is that it's, we got some witches, we've got a cult, we've got vampires fighting werewolves, and then we have werewolves. And we're going to have more cults this summer as well. I'm just going with the more archetypal horror movie stuff for this summer. Because, I know what Matt and Kyle are doing. Well, Kyle is doing whatever the hell Kyle wants to do because that is what Kyle does. He is definitely our
I don't even know what I'm doing. Agent, I don't know what happened.
Yeah, no, I love that Kyle brings the flavor to the unpredictable flavor to our podcast. And we all know that Matt is going to just do giant animals all summer long because that's what Matt does.
It's not all giant animals. It's very specifically water animals. Because I'm here to remind people, you got to stay out of that fucking water. Like I keep telling people year after year, and no one listens to
people are at the beach, and you're just like, what is happening?
What's wrong with you?
Why aren't you listening to Horror Movie Night?
Where are you going instead of the water?
Yeah.
Matt, what are you doing instead?
I was always team go to the mountains instead of the beach. But that's like, here's the thing. As everybody knows, Matt Kelly is Mr. Conversation. But, you know, even a person like me who loves conversation with everybody, you need some cool down time. And the mountains, I get to like get away from everybody and disappear into the mountains, quite literally.
Oh, so it's a solo mountain trip.
Not either solo
I don't
or
think that
small
Matt would
group of
survive
friends.
by himself.
No, that's very accurate. But you know, it's a getaway. It's a like I don't need to worry about anything. I like going to like small mountain towns where no one, like everybody knows everybody, but they don't know me.
Which is hilarious because this is kind of what we're looking at in Dog Soldiers is like this group of bros. I mean, they're like military, but there's just a group of bros hanging out. They look fucking miserable, by the way, because it's cold and rainy. They're are they in Wales or are they in Scotland? I know this was not filmed in either of those places, but I should probably.
I actually don't
Scottish
know.
Highlands.
I didn't catch
Scottish
that.
Highlands.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, wait. The reason I got the Wales part screwed up in there was because Cooper is in northern Wales, and in the beginning when you kind of like meet him and Captain Ryan, but then they're British soldiers that are in the Scottish Highlands. That is where this whole thing starts. But I mean, the Highlands and Matt going on a mountain trip seem very similar, and honestly, it would be miserable. I mean, I've done mountain trips with my wife, and they're great because you have they're great when the weather's great, because like if the weather's nice, you just take a little hike and you just hit a radius. I'm not gonna fucking camp though. I am not a camping guy. I know it disappoints my wife, but I just I don't want to sleep on on dirt. You know, like there's gonna be one dirt nap for me for the rest of my life, and it's gonna be the last one.
The last one, yeah, or the first one.
Is that an Italian movie, The Last Dirt Nap?
No, but it's probably an Italian metal band song.
Hell yeah!
But Kyle, you're definitely a water guy, right? I mean, you live.
I don't know how to
so.
swim.
Wait, are you fucking with us?
I don't know how to swim. Yeah.
Is that why you were so horrified of the jetties when you were on the beach and you had to send us a voice memo of your Blood Beach remake? Do you want to keep that one under wraps? Or do we want to
have to be a Patreon thing? You're gonna have to tune into Patreon to hear the Blood Beach pitch. Which, because I think we do like remake pitches at some point
a long time ago. But
there's nothing stopping us.
Yeah, no, that'll be fun. You're gonna have to tune into Patreon for that one. But no, I never learned how to swim, even though I live by the ocean and my backyard's a lake.
Oh my god!
I like to breathe too much to not breathe underwater.
But you have like really long fucking arms. I feel like you'd be great at swimming.
Yeah, you know that there was a world in which that was true, and it's not this world. Instead, I freak out and sink immediately. I don't float, and I get really stressed out about the water. I would like to remedy that situation, especially now as a dad, but I have not done it yet, and I don't know how to take adult swimming lessons without feeling a type of way.
There's an entire TV channel about how to swim as an adult.
What?
Yeah, it's called Adult Swim.
What do you mean?
Oh,
you
God damn
Come on,
it.
guys. That was...
I also was like, where's he going with this?
Quicker on the picker-upper, my guys.
What level of Pluto TV did you land in? Like, you're watching the Adult Swimming channel, and now, okay. All right, Scott.
So, without further ado, maybe we should talk about some werewolves. Now, this is a Neil Marshall film. This is his first full film. Hilariously, he did just shorts before this. And then he went on and did The Descent, which is arguably a much more well-known and beloved horror movie, which I find very interesting. But I don't know, like I feel like this movie is at times, at the same time, both more and less entertaining than The Descent. And I think that so much of that is because you guys all know, everybody that listens to the show more than once knows I hate gun violence in movies. And this movie has a lot of it. That's also the reason why this was on my long list for
That's
like a long
also
time.
the weird theme with your picks.
This
There's
year
been
is
so many
much gun
guns in
violence.
your picks.
And I hate it. It's jarring. It's awful. Maybe just this current state of America has put me in a weird 2A kind of mind. It's a very, it's one of Billy Joel's B-sides, a 2A state of mind. But the conceit of this movie is obviously soldiers versus werewolves, and we start the movie with this opening scene where this guy and his wife are on a camping trip, and they're camping, and that looks like not fun anyway. And she says, we need to celebrate you becoming a writer, and she gives him a pure silver letter opener, which makes sense, I guess. And then they both get mauled to death by an unseen assailant, which it's obviously werewolves. I mean, this movie doesn't it doesn't hide the fact that it's a werewolf movie, which is great. No. So then the next scene is this guy named Cooper running through the forest, and he gets caught by these other soldiers. It's this kind of like a special forces training, do or die, make or break kind of thing, and he is going to get recruited into this elite group of soldiers, and then Captain Ryan tells him to shoot the dog that caught him, and he says, I won't do that because it makes no sense. And so Captain Ryan shoots the dog, and he's like, you motherfucker. He clocks him, and then gets kicked out of the special service operative, whatever. So then you fast forward a couple months, he is with a different group of guys who are doing a training exercise in the Scottish Highlands now, because the previous one was in Wales, like I said at the beginning of the episode. And they come across a different special service unit that all got killed, and they only find, surprisingly, Captain Ryan, and he's been slashed by some unknown assailant. Psst, it's a werewolf. I know, what a shocker. And they then are attacked by these werewolves, and there's guns ablaze and werewolves a slashing. The corporal gets impaled by a tree branch and then sliced up, and then Sergeant Wells is attacked. He's rescued by Cooper, who is our main guy, but he got sliced in the middle, and so his guts are hanging out.
Oh, he's leaking.
Yeah. It's just toe curling. It's just gross, it's not.
And it's weird because his character and his injury have at times been the comic relief in it, which is so it's just so
it's what
strange.
I remember more than anything, because this is only, I think, the second full watch of this for me. It's been a long
it's
time.
Mine too.
I completely forgot the twist, and surprised the twist is not that it's werewolves. But anyway, so I had forgotten the twist, so that was a nice little surprise. But so they're trying to escape these werewolves that are coming after him, and it's about dark, and this woman in a Land Rover named Megan, but she's kind of a badass. She pulls up and she's like, get in, and so she takes them to this abandoned house, and they board up the windows, and they start eating the food that's in the house, which is a fun little. Now, this was written and directed by Neil Marshall. And Neil Marshall talked about how he was like putting so many references to other werewolf and other movie type things in here. But it's very interesting that they came in and they're like, it's like Little Red Riding Hood because they're like eating the leftover food. But the thing that I like woke up in the middle of the night and I was like, oh shit, that has to be a Cannibal Whoopsie, because they are eating this like porridge and they're like, what is it? And he was like, I don't know, it tastes like pork to me. And everybody says that human meat tastes like, or is supposed to be like pork, right? Or like maybe pig muscle is the closest, is the closest thing to human muscle, vice versa, whatever. So I would consider this a Cannibal Whoopsie, which added to the list.
Nice.
And it is also interesting that Neil's next movie is The Descent, because there are cannibalistic, they're chuds more or less in that movie.
European chuds.
Yeah, the worst kind. Yeah, there we go. So
look at those teeth.
So the house is under siege by the werewolves, and Megan has a really cute border collie, and I love this dog. I also think it's hilarious that the dog is like pulling at Wells's bandages. I had to read the IMDb to realize after all these years that was supposed to be his bandages, because I thought that it was his intestines. So
Same.
yeah. So I just thought that it was very, very funny to me that
which I was kind of okay. Like I was like, that's hysterical. Like that's great. If it's his intestine, that's fine. I didn't realize he's not in as much pain as he probably would be, but I was like, that's fine. It's funny.
Yeah.
But the bandage looked exactly like his intestine.
Yeah.
Because we saw him disemboweled earlier.
Yeah. And they hadn't done the super glue thing yet, right?
Yeah. No, we don't think we like effectively really saw him patched up. So I was under the impression that he was still leaking. No,
and I do love the part where, it is arguably, you guys can tell me I'm wrong, but for me, the thing that is the most stomach churning in this movie is when Cooper's like trying to put Wells's guts back in. He's like, they're not going to fit. And Cooper's like, shut your mouth. They're going to fit. This movie actually is quite funny. It's just very British. The humor is very British.
It is, yes. That is
just
a
dry.
perfect way to describe it. It's very, very dry.
Yeah.
Very dry.
So they continue on kind of discussing like, holy shit, these are werewolves. And Megan is like, now do you believe in like your world has been turned upside down because now you have to believe in the unbelievable. And it's interesting, but also at the same time, I would have loved an hour and a half cut of this movie, because there's just a little too much of the discussion, which, like Neil Marshall wanted to make this movie to be like not about the it sucks so bad to be a werewolf. You're like, the kind of like the American Werewolf in London kind of thing, where it's like you don't want to be a werewolf because we have Captain Ryan, who you find has completely healed from his wounds. And he kind of is like, fuck yeah, I'm going to be a werewolf. And so they have to fight him. I don't need to get into the kind of the minutia of them trying to escape and accidentally blowing up like the extra vehicle and people getting picked off. You guys, no one listening is going to care. But we do have a lot of that. And I do want to mention that scene where Wells is like, he's been glued up and he's like drunk in the bed. Apparently he wanted to like method act that scene, and Neil Marshall was like, it's the best drunk acting I've ever worked with because it was real. He was like, I guess that actor asked, is it okay if I have a couple drinks or a few drinks beforehand so that I can, be in the mindset? And Neil was like, sure. And then he was just like wasted. And he was like, I don't know how many a few is to this actor.
But
it's
crazy.
I wish that I had known that before I finished watching it this second time, I guess, because I feel like I would have gotten even more humor out of that scene because like Cooper's like kicking the bed, like, wake the fuck up. And, Wells is just like passed out. And it's kind of like he just was method acting.
He's drunk.
Yeah, he's just a drunk guy.
That's crazy.
In any case,
That's wild.
Yeah, it seems like this was so this movie was also zero CGI because the production team was like, CGI is ruining everything, and we're going to do all practical. And so all of the werewolves are actually dancers in full suits, which I thought was really interesting. Neil Marshall wanted dancers and not traditional stuntmen because wanted to kind of show off the grace of like a werewolf. Plus they're on stilts. So I thought that was really cool to find that.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's pretty dope.
I like that because then there's when we lean into like the werewolves are attacking as a pack and that they have, a mental strength that goes along with their attacking and they have this coordination that goes along with it. I think, and I mean, it's hard to say, but I would probably rank the Werewolves of Dog Soldiers in my top 5 favorite looking werewolves.
Top 3 for me.
Honestly.
They're dope looking.
Yeah.
They're really cool looking.
I don't know if so here's the thing about a werewolf movie is that there are 2 kinds of great werewolf movies in my mind. There's like ones that have sick looking werewolves, and then there are ones that I like want to rewatch, and they're not. There's a Venn diagram, but they're not a circle.
Yeah,
and Dog Soldiers is just kind of not something that I'll watch very often, but it has some of the best werewolves. And then I'll say like I would probably want to watch American Werewolf in Paris a lot more often than this movie, and those werewolves look like shit. They're all just full CGI. But that movie is just more entertaining. It's just it's light.
Yeah.
It's a popcorn movie. This is just a good movie. Like Dog Soldiers is a good movie. No one's ever going to say American Werewolf in Paris is a good movie.
No, that's also a great call, Kyle. This is, as far as like directorial debuts go, this is a psychotic debut.
Yeah. People,
Wild.
and it's so funny because I saw this little piece of information and I had to like recheck to make sure that Neil Marshall hadn't worked on Event Horizon, because I guess that some of the corpses in the basement of the cottage were left over from shooting Event Horizon. So I don't know what the overlap there is. I thought that was very interesting, but I mean, maybe it was just a friend, like, or maybe a studio was like, here, you can use these props. I don't know.
Yeah, that checks out to me. Yeah.
Yeah. But to wrap things up, Megan is so the family that lives in the cottage are the werewolves. Megan is related to them, so she is also a werewolf. She's not happy about it, but then she gets killed, or she half turns, she gets killed. Captain Ryan turns, gets killed. They eventually blow up the entire fucking house, or Cooper blows up. Well, I'm sorry. Cooper isn't the one that blows up the house. It's Wells. Yes, thank you. Wells blows up the whole house and himself in it because he is turning into a werewolf as well. Cooper and Megan's dog are the only ones that survive. They leave the wreckage of the house, and it shows them in kind of like a rag newspaper saying like the headline was something like "Werewolves ate my platoon." Which is just such a funny. It's a really good like newspaper gag. Like, I love like The Simpsons has always kind of been the kings of this, but just like a cut to a headline and you're like, ooh, there's a great joke just right there in the headline. But it also kind of pushes what the main message of this movie ultimately is, which is like, no one is ever going to fucking believe this story. Like, this dude is going to, even though he survived, he's going to look like a raving lunatic for the rest of his life. Guys, I figured out the Event Horizon connection.
Okay.
The guy that plays Wells, his name is Sean Pertwee. He's in Event Horizon.
That
He was
makes
Smith
sense.
in Event Horizon.
He had the corpses?
Yeah, he was probably just in his flat in the basement, like next to a bicycle, and he's like, "Hey guys, I got some extra corpses hanging around. Let's use these props." But yeah, I feel a lot better knowing that that he was the reference there. So anyway, Dog Soldiers, great and gory, but also
Yeah.
a little long in the tooth.
A little long.
You know.
Ha!
Put down that smartphone and listen to me. I'm Matthew Milligan, professional musician and lifelong Weird Al fan. Each week, I'm joined by professional podcaster and close personal friend Matt Kelly to take a dive off the deep end into the vast career of pop culture icon Weird Al Yankovic on our show, Weird Algorithm. Along with some very special guests from the worlds of music and comedy, we tackle every song, every television appearance, and every bit of sketch comedy Al has produced in chronological order, covering the good old days of My Bologna and Eat It, the fun zone of tacky and white and nerdy, and everything in between. As we go, we're ranking the songs, albums, and music videos in the hopes of creating the ultimate guide to a career bigger than the biggest ball of twine in Minnesota. So the next time you're having one of those days, stuck in a traffic jam, wondering why does this always happen to me, just kick off your sneakers and stick around for a while because we've got it all on Weird Algorithm, available wherever you get your podcasts. And now you know. Was that enough references?
We're making an ad.
Napping ad.
This is where I think if we're doing it right, Alec Baldwin comes in. He says a couple things. He listens to the podcast every week. Has he been canceled? Wait, is Alec Baldwin the one who killed somebody? I hear that Gary Sinise is free.
Oh, okay, great.
He hasn't worked since 2020.
So, what would be the script that we would have Gary Sinise say for the Napping Through Happy Hour podcast?
Listen to this damn show. Damn it.
The Napping Through Happy Hour podcast brought to you by Geekscape.
Real life, real drama, real time.
I'm Gary Sinise.
That's the ad. That's the ad. That's the ad.
What's up, everybody? This is Brian here to tell you about our podcast, Bingetown TV. Our hosts include 7 best friends with a love for all things television. We cover a range of genres with a focus on fantasy and sci-fi, but also dip our feet into drama, horror, comedy, and pretty much anything we think is good television. We use the traditional deep dive formula for new live shows that are released week to week, but our calling card is our Rooks and Vets and Pitchtown TV series. Rooks and Vets pairs 2 of our hosts that have seen a show with 2 of our hosts that have not seen a show. Pitchtown TV is when we have a special guest pitch us a show by having us watch the pilot and trying to convince us to watch the rest. If you're craving more content on some of your favorite TV shows, then you should listen to Bingetown TV. Find us on our website at bingetowntv.com, the Apple Podcast app, Spotify, or wherever else you may find your podcast.
Are you a fan of young adult novels?
Have you ever wondered the stories behind the people who wrote your favorite young adult novels?
Then join author Eric J. Brown
And Alyssa Lube of Netflix's The Circle.
every other Tuesday on YAOK.
Available on all podcasting apps.
Woo!
This leads to the question that is on everybody's mind, though, Scott, which is, if you were doing a double feature with some friends, what would you watch with this?
Now, this is going to be a surprise for you guys, I think, because I mean, I know what you would expect me to say, but I'm actually going to go with Scarecrow's 88 because it's a platoon in a dark house being accosted by a mythological creature. And I just feel like it's the same kind of scrappy take on a very similar, like, it's like a single location. It's like a zombie movie, but with cooler monsters. You know, I feel like both of them are very much the same Night of the Living Dead sort of thing. Just make it through the night, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's okay. That's a really good call. Honestly,
Yeah.
I'm like,
Thank you.
annoyed at how much I like that one. Kyle, do you want to go next?
I can go.
All right.
I have two, but the one I'm gonna go with almost feels a little opposite, but it feels like it really could work well as a double feature. I'm gonna go Attack the Block.
Ooh, another
Hell yeah.
good call.
That'd be fun. I need to rewatch
I don't
that
know,
movie.
I think they're different, but they're still siege, like monster siege movies.
Yeah, that's what Monster Siege. That's what those are. That even Night of the Living Dead. Yeah. Thank you. That's the term. Thank you.
Yeah.
Those are all really fun. Okay, well, I'm gonna go with the most boring of all of our answers and stick with a werewolf movie. But I'm gonna go with one of my favorite werewolf movies because we are gonna watch Howling 3.
Yeah, okay.
3. That's great.
Yeah, I love Howling 3. It's a good call, right?
And while we're on the discussion point of favorite werewolves or werewolf design, before we go into the what do we watch type stuff, can you guys tell me just you don't have to think it through too hard, but like, what is your favorite werewolf design in a movie? You already know mine, but I'll tell you at the end.
Oh man.
I mean, it's really hard not to like American Werewolf in London. I think that that is.
I mean, it's iconic.
Still, yeah. I feel like that's still my go-to.
I'm trying to think because it's one of those weird ones where I think I have favorite werewolf movies that aren't as good as the werewolf design, and then there's movies that aren't traditionally werewolf movies that I think really knock it out of the park as far as the design decisions went. Man, I'm gonna probably listen to this episode when it comes out and then be really angry. I answered this and have like a million other answers in my brain, but my gut is saying that I really, really like the werewolf in, this is going to sound so weird, I can't believe I'm saying this, the werewolf in Silver Bullet. I think is a really cool one.
Yeah, that's solid.
Silver Bullet was up there for me.
Yeah, and for me, it's always and forever Waxwork is the ultimate looking werewolf.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
I knew that one was going to be yours for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's so I'm very predictable.
I mean, you said it, not me. Speaking of predictable, it's time for the plugs here. So if you haven't already, go and buy a shirt, hmnpodcast.dashery.com, or join our Patreon, patreon.com/HMN podcast. Go and shoot us an email, hmnpodcast@gmail.com, and let us know what you think we should watch for Listener Submit It Month. And find us on all of our socials, HMN Podcast, on damn near everything. Now, Scott, what have you read, listened to, etc., that you want to plug?
I want to tell people not to watch this final season of The Boys because it's fucking garbage.
I so disagree, but continue. I think it hits way too close to home for the entire season.
Well,
but
no, I mean, I think that
the
the political satire is great, but I think that what they're doing with Homelander is idiotic. And it feels like they're kind of like doing this odd kick the can down the road kind of thing.
It does feel like this season could have been like 5 or 6 episodes. I do feel like the wheels keep spinning. For sure.
I mean, and by the way, at the point of us discussing this, we have not had the finale yet. I'm not expecting the finale to do anything for me. I feel like that it's going to be it's going to be stupid anyway. But yeah,
it's funny. I said that to Barb watching the penultimate episode. Not like I think I've been having a good time, but I also have to like watch it and discuss it live on Geekscape every week. So I'm really like hyper focusing on it. But I did look at her and say, I feel like there's a lot of things they need to wrap up in the last episode still,
dude,
and I just don't think they can do it.
Well, I it's just annoying. This is the problem with so many streaming service TV shows, is that they don't know how to fucking finish a story, you know?
No, they don't.
It's frustrating.
Anyway, how about you, Kyle?
That's a rough one.
I I watched a really short and sweet monster movie called Gorgo. Y'all know about Gorgo?
Is it
I
new
don't,
or
but please
old?
tell me more about Gorgo.
British monster movie about. I mean, it's really follows King Kong almost to a T. Where
But it's old?
it's more like these British sailors. Yeah, it's the 60s or 70s.
Okay,
It
okay.
is 1961.
Okay.
So these British soldiers go out, or sailors go out, and they find a young dino, like, Godzilla feeling dinosaur
Yeah.
out in the water, bring it back for the circus. But then Gorgo's mom comes to town and tries to find her son. And she comes and destroys London, while trying to find where these sailors took her son. There's a young boy, a human boy, who keeps telling, I don't know why he's on this ship or why he's around these sailors, but he's just like, you guys better fucking not take this monster. And they're like, fuck you, kid. And then, by the end, he's like, I told you so. And, the end, it's 76 minutes. It's really, really short and sweet. I watched it, I think, just before Mother's Day. I was like, this is a perfect Mother's Day movie. Because, at the end, she just walks off with her kiddo, and, as London burns behind her, and, everybody's, the little boy is all smiles at that point. I had it on in the background more than anything, but every once in a while I just pop up and see this, kaiju in London. It was cute.
Well, I love that. So, Scott, it's almost apropos that Scott mentioned The Boys, because we've been getting this last couple months has been a really difficult time every Wednesday in the Kelly household for escapism, because we've been watching The Boys and Daredevil Born Again season 2.
Oh, Jesus.
And both of those shows just are not giving you the escapism that you're coming to them for. Especially this newest season where it's Mayor Kingpin, and man, does Mayor Kingpin remind me of someone. I can't put my finger on who, but this corrupt mafioso politician who keeps bending the law to get whatever they want. I don't know who it's reminding me of. But
we may never know.
We may never know. But that being said, I mean, it was a damn good season. I really enjoyed this season of Daredevil Born Again, as did everybody, it seems, except for Jonathan London. So
the Podfather,
the king of Don't Hate Create. Boy,
oh, is he the one who reminds you of Kingpin?
He is my Kingpin, that's for sure. Yeah. But I also, I wanted to end us on a sad note. That's what I'm always here to do, bring everybody down. But no, in all seriousness, I did post about this online. It's been about a month since this came out. But the lead singer of my uncle's band, Chico's Vibe, passed away unexpectedly this week. It was a real devastation. But I will say, in the positives, that something that it reminded me of is how great it is that podcasts exist. So for about 3 years, I was producing a podcast for my uncle's band with his lead singer, and every single member of that band has reached out and just been like, it has been such a blessing during all this time to just be able to throw on an old episode and just hear Chico again talking and being like, oh man, there he is, joking around and telling stories. And my cousin, that he was her godfather, she's like, I'm so glad that for the rest of my life I can just go back and listen to these episodes, and he's always there. And what I'm trying to say is, subscribe to podcasts so that you can keep up to date in everybody's lives. Know your loved ones. We love you. Love us back by liking, sharing, subscribing, and recommending our show to everybody. And we'll be back next week with more Horror Movie Night.
To Chico!
Put down that smartphone and listen to me. I'm Matthew Milligan, professional musician and lifelong Weird Al fan. Each week, I'm joined by professional podcaster and close personal friend Matt Kelly to take a dive off the deep end into the vast career of pop culture icon Weird Al Yankovic on our show, Weird Algorithm. Along with some very special guests from the worlds of music and comedy, we tackle every song, every television appearance, and every bit of sketch comedy Al has produced in chronological order, covering the good old days of My Bologna and Eat It, the fun zone of tacky and white and nerdy, and everything in between. As we go, we're ranking the songs, albums, and music videos in the hopes of creating the ultimate guide to a career bigger than the biggest ball of twine in Minnesota. So the next time you're having one of those days, stuck in a traffic jam, wondering why does this always happen to me, just kick off your sneakers and stick around for a while because we've got it all on Weird Algorithm, available wherever you get your podcasts. And now you know. Was that enough references?
We're making an ad.
Napping ad.
This is where I think if we're doing it right, Alec Baldwin comes in. He says a couple things. He listens to the podcast every week. Has he been canceled? Wait, is Alec Baldwin the one who killed somebody? I hear that Gary Sinise is free.
Oh, okay, great.
He hasn't worked since 2020.
So, what would be the script that we would have Gary Sinise say for the Napping Through Happy Hour podcast?
Listen to this damn show. Damn it.
The Napping Through Happy Hour podcast brought to you by Geekscape.
Real life, real drama, real time.
I'm Gary Sinise.
That's the ad. That's the ad. That's the ad.
What's up, everybody? This is Brian here to tell you about our podcast, Bingetown TV. Our hosts include 7 best friends with a love for all things television. We cover a range of genres with a focus on fantasy and sci-fi, but also dip our feet into drama, horror, comedy, and pretty much anything we think is good television. We use the traditional deep dive formula for new live shows that are released week to week, but our calling card is our Rooks and Vets and Pitchtown TV series. Rooks and Vets pairs 2 of our hosts that have seen a show with 2 of our hosts that have not seen a show. Pitchtown TV is when we have a special guest pitch us a show by having us watch the pilot and trying to convince us to watch the rest. If you're craving more content on some of your favorite TV shows, then you should listen to Bingetown TV. Find us on our website at bingetowntv.com, the Apple Podcast app, Spotify, or wherever else you may find your podcast.
You're listening to the Geekscape Network.